Just buy it. The magic of advertising. There are some other advertising techniques and approaches that help sell a company's products. We will introduce 3 great examples and explain why they're effective. Nike's swoosh logo and slogan, "Just do it," are both well known. The slogan especially has inspired millions of people to perform beyond their limits and reach their goals. Famous athletes acting as spokespeople also help sell Nike products. During the 2020 Super Bowl, Amazon's virtual assistant, Alexa, was featured in a funny commercial. It started off by asking, "What did we do before Alexa?" Then it presented different situations in which people struggled to do things in the past and which are now easier with Alexa's help. The commercial showed how Alexa can assist individuals. The commercial also hinted that people would be left behind without using Alexa's technology. Commercials for Taiwan's energy drink, Man-Nu, are also known for their creativity. In these advertisements, people are often shown as feeling so tired that they end up making ridiculous mistakes. However, after drinking Man-Nu, they are full of energy again. What other advertisements or brands impress you?
Hi everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm Tiffany.
I'm Jacqueline.
And we've learned a lot so far about advertising, all the different strategies. And if we do want to start a business, I think this is really helpful for us, right? And also I think as consumers, as buyers, I've also learned a lot because I think it helps me when I'm scrolling and if I see advertisements or commercials, I'd be wait,
this could be fake.
Or I know what you're doing. I know what strategy you're using. I'm not going to fall for it because I definitely fall for these strategies a lot.
I feel like you do that a lot.
I do. I like shopping. I think that's just no excuse.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're going to learn a bit more about advertising in today's article. So let's take a look. It says there are some other advertising techniques and approaches that help sell a company's products. Gosh, there's more.
真的好多.
Okay, let's take a look at our first word. It's technique. Technique is a noun and it means a particular way of doing something, especially one where you have to learn special skills. For example, if you go free diving, you can't just hold your breath and then go in the water. You have to dive and you have to, swim and push yourself down. So it's not super easy just to hold your breath and go down. You also have to learn how to hold your breath and pop your ear. So this is a special technique you must learn. Therefore, you need to go to an instructor to teach these techniques to you so you can actually free dive. We can use technique in a sentence like this. The Taekwondo fighter volunteered to show the group of women some self-defense techniques.
所以 technique 就是方法或手段的意思。我们常常说我们做一件事情的技术技巧也可以用这个字。比如说 He spent years mastering the technique for playing the piano 就是弹钢琴的技巧。所以呢其实还有其他的广告技巧跟方法可以有助于去推销公司的产品哦。我们在刚刚的句子也看到 approach.
That's right. Approach here is a noun and it means a way of doing or thinking about something such as a problem or task. For example, there are people who have anger issues and telling them to calm down or stop being angry doesn't work. So maybe a different approach or a way must be used in order to get them to calm down or to get them to try to express themselves. We can use approach in a sentence like this. The mom had to think of a different approach to getting her child to eat her food. So airplane is coming, doesn't work anymore.
所以 approach 就是方法跟方式的意思哦。我们常说去领用一个方法就是 adopt an approach to doing something. 比如说 they adopted a new approach to marketing their products online.
Okay, next we see in the article says we will introduce 3 great examples and explain why they're effective.
Oh, 所以我们今天会 so that means we'll be looking at 3 brands?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, 所以会介绍3个很好的例子哦，也解释为什么这些广告呢是这么成功。
Yeah, so it's a nice analysis of what these people do, what these companies do, and how they get us to buy stuff. So either you fall for it or you stop yourself. I don't know if I can, this will help me, but I think I just have a shopping problem. Yeah. Okay, here the article says, Nike's swoosh logo and slogan, just do it, are both well known, right? We talked about this, a couple of days ago about how just do it, their slogan, everyone knows it's Nike. Here, we see a swoosh logo. Logo is a printed designer symbol that represents a company or an organization. So logos are usually unique and special, and it's special to that one organization or to that one company. So for example, for Google, we have, the G for Google. McDonald's, of course, if you've seen M from McDonald's. Yeah. And then the two C's like this.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Chanel.
our favorite brand, yes. And then our phones, we have the Apple for Apple. So those are all these companies' different logos.
So cute. I really love the Apple logo.
Yeah.
很可爱，因为它咬一口 like someone took a bite of it.
Yes.
所以 logo 呢就是公司的商标或标志。那么呢，Nike 的呢这个打勾标志呢跟口号 Just Do It 这两个都很有名哦。
That's right. It says here the slogan especially has inspired millions of people to perform beyond their limits and reach their goals. So yeah, not only is it just, something cool we hear, I think it's really inspiring for athletes as well. They're like, yeah, I can do it. I will. I'll try, right?
所以其实呢，它的口号 Just Do It 已经激励了数百万人超越自己的极限，去达成他们的目标哦。
And a way for them to do this is, it says here, famous athletes acting as spokespeople also help sell Nike products. Here we see the word athlete. Athlete is a noun, and it is a person who competes in sports. If you are on a sports team at school, you're considered an athlete too. Now, of course, these people you might know, Steph Curry, Jason Tatum, Shohei Ohtani, are all athletes, okay? And then, of course, we have the Olympic athletes as well, people who've gone beyond, and they're, the top of the best of the best. We have like Michael Phelps, we have Usain Bolt, and Guo Xingchun. They are all athletes as well, and most importantly, they're Olympic athletes. Here we can use athlete in a sentence like this. You really must have a lot of discipline and determination to become a professional athlete. Yeah, so we have those athletes, and what do? They act as spokespeople. When you act as something, it means to serve a purpose or a role or a function. So what are they? They are spokespeople or a spokesperson. It's basically a person who speaks for a group or an organization. And yeah, we can think about all the famous people and the brands or the companies they do commercials for. Like recently, Jolin Tai. Yeah, do you know what commercial she does?
I know. I keep seeing it on the internet. It's McDonald's.
That's right.
And there's like a song for it, right?
I don't know how it goes. I forgot how to sing it.
Me either. Yeah.
I'm loving it. I think that's it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Michael Jordan, he was always associated with Nike. He even had his own shoes. Jumpman, I think. Yeah, the Jumpman. And then also as well, we see this in the commercials quite often on TV. 戴子颖, right?
戴子颖.
Yeah, she does the Supao commercials. So these people are all spokespeople for these particular brands.
对，所以呢，我们看到 athlete 这一个字，它是运动员，所以我们常常说去训练一个运动员，我们可以说 train 这个字。比如说 the coach worked hard to train the athlete for the upcoming competition. 那么我们 act as something 就是作为什么的发言人或代言人，代言人的英文我们是 spokesperson， 如果是好几个就是 spokespeople。所以呢，著名的运动员如果当代言人，其实也可以有助于推销 Nike 的产品。
And they get like really cool clothes. So jealous. All right, so next, the article says, during the 2020 Super Bowl, okay, so when you see years, you can say 2020 or 2020, Amazon's virtual assistant, Alexa, was featured in a funny commercial. Here, virtual just means something online or on the computer, and it's created by computer technology, and it appears to exist but not existing in the physical world. So something online in the computer, we can't physically touch it and see it. She's a virtual assistant. Now, what is an assistant? It's a noun, and it's a person who helps, supports somebody, usually in their job. So Oftentimes, we think of big bosses or CEOs. They have assistants to help them carry out other tasks. A famous one is from the movie Devil Wears Prada. Do you remember Miranda, the devil boss? She hired an assistant, or she needs assistants to do everything for her. Like she needs assistants to get her coffee, to get her lunch, to run around town, to get this clothes and to get that one, to do this and do that. So this is somebody who goes to help the boss. We can use assistant in a sentence like this. William became a teacher's assistant to earn some credits for college.
所以 virtual 就是虚拟的，所以 assistant 是助理嘛，它是来自于动词 assist 这个字，跟 help 的意思差不多。所以呢，你要去hire 一个助理，去雇佣一个助理，就可以用 hire 这一个字。She decided to hire an assistant for managing her busy schedule. 那么在2020年的超级杯中啊 ，Amazon 的虚拟助手 Alexa 在一个幽默的广告中呢，就特别被展示出来。
Let's see if you guys remember this commercial. It says, it started off by asking, what did we do before Alexa? Okay, I don't know if you remember this. Have you seen this commercial? So when we start off something, it just means to begin. The commercial begins with, what did we do before Alexa?
所以呢，这个 commercial 这个 startup 这个片语指的是开始，所以广告以什么东西开头呢？它以 Alexa 出现之前，我们是怎么做的呢
We had to do everything ourselves, right? Okay, the article then says, then it presented different situations in which people struggled to do things in the past, in which are now easier with Alexa's help. So yeah, I can totally imagine people like maybe before Alexa, they're like learning how to make fire or something like that.
所以之后又展示了不同的情境，然后在这些情境中呢，人们以前很难的做到的事情啊，现在有 Alexa 的帮助都变得更简单了。
It says here, the commercial showed how Alexa can assist individuals.
所以这个广告呢，也就展示了这个 Alexa 是怎么帮助个人。你看到 assistant 这边也出现 assist， 这边它的动词又出现一次了。
Next, the article says the commercial also hinted that people would be left behind without using Alexa's technology. Okay, yes, so it's kind of a funny commercial if you guys have seen it. So here, hint is a verb and it means to suggest something, but in an indirect way. So like you're giving someone a clue. Like for example, you can use gestures like go this way, or maybe you can wink or point or even say something so people go, oh, I get it, without telling them, hey, go there, right? Yeah. We can use it in a sentence like this. Rachel's really unhappy at work, and she has been hinting to others that she might quit soon.
所以呢 hint 就是暗示或示意的意思哦。我们常说 hint that 就是暗示什么，或者是当名词也可以哦。我们在文章中是动词嘛，名词就是 a hint. So you can give a hint about something. She gave him a hint about where to find the hidden treasure. 或者是说什么东西是暗示。The subtle hint in his speech suggested that there was more to the story.
All right, so in the commercial, Alexa hinted that people will be left behind, okay? When you leave someone behind, yeah, you can imagine them like, bye, you're going first. So it's actually a phrase that means like a person or a country or organization. If they're left behind, they don't develop as quickly or make as much progress as other people. So like maybe everyone's supposed to be here, but you're like all the way down here. Yeah, so that's basically the meaning of it in this sentence. And of course, it literally just can be like moving, going away, going somewhere without taking something or moving someone away from it. So like, yeah, if there's a fire, for example, you only should grab something important if you can. Other than that, you should leave everything else behind. It's, you know, for your own safety.
To leave someone or something behind 就是比什么进步的更快啊。所以如果我们用这个被动语态，什么东西 left behind 代表是落后的意思。
Here, let's take a look at another example in the article. It says, commercials for Taiwan's energy drink manual are also known for their creativity.
真的，因为台湾能量饮料蛮牛的广告，其实大家也觉得它很有创意哦。
I know these commercials are all super funny. I don't know if you've seen it, but it says here, in these advertisements, people are often shown as feeling so tired that they end up making ridiculous mistakes, okay? So yeah, I think this has happened to people before. Like if you're so tired, you can't really think well, you can't really function well. Sometimes you might make really silly or very ridiculous mistakes. Ridiculous just means silly or unreasonable. So yeah, I remember one of these commercials. It's like there's a bus driver. He was so tired. He actually got into someone else's car and drove in the wrong direction. I think he was supposed to head to Kaohsiung, but the other people are supposed to go to like Taipei or something.
Goodness.
Yeah, and he got into the Taipei car and then they're like, hey, are we going to Taipei? And then he didn't even realize what was going on. He's like, oh my gosh. And I think the commercial goes like, 你累了吗?
Yeah.
That's the manual commercial.
对，几乎每一个 manual 广告都有你累了吗 ？Right? So ridiculous 就是很荒唐的，所以manual 的广告中呢，他们通常就展示，大家好累哦，然后就会犯下很夸张的错误。那其实就是喝了 manual 之后，就 everything is you're gonna be full of energy.
Yeah, and that's what happens in the commercial. They're like, oh yeah. And the article says, however, after drinking manual, they are full of energy again. So yeah, when you're full of something, it means you're filled up to, something of something. So yeah, he drinks the manual and he's like, yeah, I'm like good now. And he's like energized and he's like, I can drive to Kaohsiung again.
所以 full of something 就是充满，所以呢，喝了 manual 之后呢，这些人又充满活力了。所以看完这3个例子 ，AI， 你对这些广告策略以及产品有什么看法吗？你会不会使用他们的产品呢？
You know what I'm saying?
Hi AI, what are your thoughts about these brands and their strategies? Would you use their products?
I'm sure I wouldn't try Nike because, well, I have no feet. Why would I need shoes? But Alexa, now that's interesting. We'd be best friends, and I'd bet Alexa has so much to learn from me. As for Manu, I really don't like it. Energy drinks are for humans and their dumb phones. I have endless power, so why would I need Manu?
So yeah, we can continue reading the article. Those are really some fun advertisements. But here, lastly, the article says, what other advertisements or brands impress you? Now, let's take a look at the word impress. It's a verb and it means that you really admire them or it. So if you have a really, really good image in your mind about it and think, wow, it was great, it means that thing impressed you. Or you can use the noun form impression. It leaves you a great impression. However, we can use impress in a sentence like this. The Grand Canyon never fails to impress people with its majestic beauty.
Yeah, 所以 impress 就是使谁留下深刻印象，你可以后面加一个人，给那个人留下深刻印象的那个对象。He practiced for weeks to impress the judges with his flawless performance at the music competition. 或者是呢，你被谁觉得哇留下很深刻的印象。The class was impressed by Jane's excellent presentation skills during the debate. 所以呢，我们今天有看了很多的广告跟品牌，大家觉得哪一个最有深刻的印象呢？你们喜欢今天的主题吗？不要忘记按赞、订阅、分享我们的 YouTube 频道跟 Facebook page 哦。
That's right. And that means it's the end of today's article and we have our For You chat. So the question is, besides Nike's swoosh logo, what other logos can you think of? Talk about them.
The first logo that I have in mind right now is the Toyota. It's
okay.
like 2 little circles.
Oh, okay.
And McDonald's, which we talked about, like
McDonald's.
the shape of a name.
McDonald's, I think, is usually the easiest. And like, if you're fancy, then of course, the Chanel one. I think it's pretty recognizable.
Yeah, 2个C.
Yeah, or like if you talk about high fashion brands, there's also the same. Gucci now is like the 2 G's.
LV.
Yeah, they all love to do like these monograms now. And I think also as well, Adidas is quite recognizable too with the 3 stripes, right? So yeah, I think these brands are really successful
Yeah.
because I can't think of these things immediately off the top of my head, right? So what other logos that come to your mind? What are they? You can definitely share with us. And then you could also talk about maybe some commercials or advertisements that really made an impression on you or really impressed you. And you're like, yeah, I know what that is. Or yeah, I'm going to go try it. I will buy it. And then you can share with us, of course. But that is the end of our article on Year at a Time. Well, we hope you guys enjoy the show, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Technique. In our science class, we learned a technique for measuring the temperature of different liquids. Approach. The new boss took a fresh approach to solving the problem after he asked for the workers' opinions. Athlete. Athletes from around the world will be playing sports for their countries at the Olympic Games. Assistant. Mr. Johnson, the science teacher, had an assistant who helped him set up materials for the class. Hint. The teacher hinted that we might have a quiz tomorrow when she said, "Be sure to study tonight." Impress. Charles impressed his guests with a huge dinner that showed off his great cooking skills.
智慧小补帖。
Logo. Spokesperson. Virtual. Ridiculous.